The 79-year-old Squid Game star Oh Young-soo is facing some serious allegations that might mark the end of his career. It all started when an anonymous woman filed a complaint against Oh Young-soo back in 2021. The complaint was about misconduct and touching without consent. She wanted to hold him accountable for an incident that happened in 2017. As a result of this complaint, Young-soo was suspended from his project of ads for the Ministry of Culture and Tourism. Also, he isn't going to be part of the play Love Letter amid the misconduct claims. The actor won a Golden Globe Award just last year and has been acting since the 1960s. However, the news of him being involved in a misconduct took the internet by storm. Everyone wanted to know more about the trial, and the details soon became public. What happened is that the anonymous accuser filed a lawsuit against Young-soo back in 2021 and said the actor took advantage of her in a public place. The tragedy is that her case was quickly dismissed by the police, apparently because of lack of evidence. But the accuser didn't give up. She quickly made another appeal to the prosecution so that her arguments would get heard, and she gets a fair chance at justice. Meanwhile, Young-soo was denying all the allegations and was persistent that he was innocent. However, the court didn't agree with his claims, and they decided to move on with this case of misconduct. They sent the case from prosecution to district court, and that was where Young-soo's downfall actually started. In the district court, he was officially indicted for inappropriately touching a woman and making her feel unsafe. The woman claimed that they were walking across a lake when Young-soo decided to suddenly kiss her on her cheek and embrace her forcefully. She was using her phone during that time, so she didn't give any signals to him. In fact, none of this happened with the permission or consent of the accuser. These claims have become big news and left the internet in a frenzy. The fans were desperate to know Young-soo's side of the story and wanted to know how he would defend himself. He did speak up, and he said that he did meet a woman back in 2017, but there was nothing more than hand-holding, and he was only leading the way across the lake. In addition, he says that he even apologized to her right away for taking her off guard. But people are curious to know that if he only touched her hand accidentally, then why was he apologizing and making a big deal out of it? Some people even believe that there's some truth in the claims of the anonymous woman, and that's why the court is proceeding with the case. Both of these detailed accounts of the incident were given by Young-soo and the woman themselves during the official trial of the case on February the 3rd. Not only this, but Young-soo has officially denied the allegations, saying that it's one side of the story and just unilateral claims, while the reality is something else entirely. Besides, when Young-soo entered the court for his trial recently, he didn't say much and kept his head low to avoid all kinds of attention. But the media spotted him immediately, and a reporter even asked him how he was feeling. Upon this, all he said was that he was sorry for his wrong behavior. He didn't deny the allegations this time like he did in the past. Although his lawyer did speak to the reporters and said that Young-soo was a colleague to the accuser in a play and they worked together for quite a while. He recounted the day of this unfortunate incident, saying that the two walked together to her home and he only dropped her there once. He added that what the accuser is claiming is far from reality. The lawyer also presented the argument in court that the incident took place between two people, so there's no way to verify what happened and what didn't. On this basis, he appealed to the judge to drop this case because both the parties have no material evidence. Both the parties are standing firm on their side of the stories, and it seems almost impossible to find out the truth yet. When the trial ended and Young-soo was leaving the court, he said that he did hold the hands of the woman, but that's it. According to him, there was no misconduct of any kind involved. The lawyer of the woman who accused Young-soo of ill behavior also had a lot to say about the trial. He started off by saying that it wasn't just this one time that Young-soo has behaved badly with the accuser, as he has done the same thing repeatedly and has caused a lot of trauma to her. In addition, he has taken advantage of being a senior and higher in rank as an actor to continue his misconduct. Prosecutors further revealed new information that not a lot of people knew before this trial. It was that Young-soo was confronted by the woman after the incident, and she wanted him to face the consequences of what he had done. However, he simply apologized to her after accepting his mistake. He also said that now that he's denying the claims yet again, it is causing additional trauma to the woman, who has already gone through a lot because of him. In addition, he has no regret or guilt for what he's done, and is not even ready to take responsibility for his actions. So the lawyer of the accuser surely came prepared and had some very solid arguments that also made a lot of sense. The trial will continue for the upcoming months, and both sides will get a fair chance to defend their case. You should also know that Young-soo was arrested last year for the same case, and he remained in custody until he was charged for misconduct. Then he was released and the official trial began. so people are curious to know if he could be arrested again during the trial. Well, that seems very unlikely, considering the fact that he's cooperating with the authorities and arrived 10 minutes earlier on his first trial. The chances of his arrest will only increase if he fails to attend the trial and tries to talk directly with the accuser in order to influence her. People are also praising the South Korean authorities because they've decided to follow up on a case that's very high profile, as Young Soo is the first person to win Golden Globes in all of South Korea. It also tells us that the #MeToo movement has also left its traces in Korea, and the authorities are now taking cases of misconduct seriously. It is also being said that if the judge finds the argument of the woman more convincing, then Young Soo might face prison time of anywhere between 5 to 10 years. But that's not even it, as he would also have to pay a fine of more than $12,000. And if he is found guilty, then his career will be no more, and he will have to spend the last years of his life in prison. Apart from all of this, the thing that will actually surprise you is the reaction from the people. Young Soo obviously is a very influential figure, and everyone respects him in South Korea, and that might be why the fans are finding it a little too difficult to digest the allegations. Some of the fans have even gone to the extent of saying that all the allegations on Young Soo are false. People on Twitter are also raising a lot of questions on the real purpose behind this trial. The main question of fans is, why did the woman wait so long before filing a report against Young Soo? Others are arguing that she only did this because he had suddenly become an international figure and has obviously gotten a lot of money by working in Squid Game. So the woman is only trying to take advantage of the situation because she knows that he's loaded now. According to some fans, the woman waited all those years so that she could file a report when he's famous across the globe, and it really doesn't make sense. A lot of people are pointing out that if the accuser was actually traumatized by the incident, she would have done something or talked to someone. But filing a lawsuit against him right after his show has garnered worldwide recognition sounds a little too convenient. On the other hand, a lot of people are also supporting the accuser, saying that for a survivor, these comments are really hard to read. Besides, if something like this happens to a woman, she goes into deep trauma, and not every woman is emotionally strong enough to speak up immediately. There are certain people who believe that this is a very brave move by the woman, because Young Soo is in an even better position now, and he could have hurt a lot of women. But this trial would put an end to it. The debate isn't going to end until the verdict of the judge is officially out. However, one thing seems to be pretty clear, that the fans won't be able to see him in Squid Game, and the creators would most likely keep him away from doing even a cameo on the show. But if the charges are dropped, there's still no guarantee that everything will go back to normal for Young Soo, and that's why this incident seems to be the end of his career for a lot of fans. So, have you been following the trial of Young Soo? Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comment section below. Please subscribe to the channel, take care, and thank you so much for watching.